Boys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be covering my squad builder and custom tactics that I am using at the moment. Now, I just want to get one thing out of the way. In the title, it's probably going to say top 200 pro player custom tactics. That's obviously not me. I am not that guy. But I did actually get these tactics off Ranner's pro player tactics god, and I just don't want to take any credit for that. These are completely his tactics. The only reason I'm showing them, I never intended on really doing it, but I used Ranner's tactics because I was struggling myself, and they are insane. And they have got me qualifying for FUT Champs without losing, and they're getting me top 200, top 10 in squad battles. So you're getting a bit of the best of both worlds. And yeah, I just didn't want to take credit for that. They are completely his tactics. I'll be sure to link him down below in the description, so make sure you go and give him a sub, because he genuinely is just the tactics king. I'm going to be using his tactics all the time, all year long. But yeah, let's get into this thing, this 1 million coin squad build. It's actually a little bit more than 1 million if you're on PlayStation, but, you know, we're on Xbox, so it's about 1 million coins. In goal, we start off with Areola. Basically, Premier League goalkeeper is what I need. He's 6'5", he's not very expensive, he does the job. You know, you need a tall keeper because of all these finesse shots that are going top corner. Obviously, the smaller keepers have not got as much chance of getting a hand to him, and that's why we go for a tall goalkeeper. Simple as that, really. Then over to right back, we have João Cancelo. Now, this could be Kyle Walker, but I'm not really too fond of Kyle Walker this year. Me and my partner were playing squad battles, and he's got Kyle Walker, and he just doesn't feel as fast as his card would suggest he does. Now, Cancelo has only got 85 pace in his card. I think Walker's got 92. But Cancelo, to me, feels just as quick. He's got the 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, 6 foot tall. Well-balanced card all around, to be honest. Could be a little bit stronger, I guess, because strength does feel quite important this year. But for his price, I paid 30k. Not exactly sure what he is now, but a very, very good right back, especially if you can't afford Walker. Then the two centre-backs. It's a very, very boring choice, but it kind of got taken out of my hands when I packed one of them untradeable. So we're going to have Joe Gomez at left centre-back, and then we're going to have, of course, Virgil van Dijk at right centre-back. Basically packed him, so I had to get Van Dijk involved. I think he's like 200k on the Xbox. Very solid card. He does feel a little bit heavy, I can't lie, and that would probably be due to him being 6'4", with 61 agility and 53 balance, but you know what you're getting with Van Dijk. He is absolutely phenomenal on this game. Then next to him, Joe Gomez. Honestly, not too fond of this guy either. Same problem, but I think it's just defenders in general feel so heavy this year, and until we start getting special cards for these defenders, I think that's just what they're going to feel like, to be honest. Then we move on over to left back, and this is somebody else that I luckily packed untradeable, and it is Alphonso Davies. He is definitely an exception to what I just said about defenders feeling heavy. This guy has got 96 sprint speed, and he feels every single bit of that 96 sprint speed. That's basically the reason I've kept him in. It would have been easier to take him out of the team because I had to find him a link from somewhere, which I obviously did. But yeah, I had to keep him in. 4-star, 4-star, 6 foot tall again. I like having tall fullbacks because they really help on corners. Left-footed as well, high-low weight rates. He's pretty much perfect. I think he's about 50k on Xbox or somewhere around that, so to get him for free was a big W. Then over into centre mid, and this is someone, again, that I used basically just because I had him, and I thought, why not give him a try? But it is Saul. Now, there aren't that many well-balanced, like, box-to-box Premier League midfielders this year. Like, there's just not many good options, at least at the moment, before we start getting a bunch of special cards. And Saul is honestly one of the most balanced cards in the Prem in midfield. He's got a bit of everything. Obviously, this is the ones to watch as well, so he can get an upgrade even if Chelsea just win 5 of their next 10 fixtures. So hopefully he can get that and turn into an incredible card. But so far, yeah, like I say, a bit of everything. I have got a... what have I got on him? A catalyst, so he gets that big boost in pace because he does need that. That is obviously the worst on-card stat he's got. But he's got a decent shot. The skill moves is a little bit of a letdown. I really do enjoy 4-star skill moves. But at the moment, in the early game, he's doing a job for me. And then we'll get the two cams in the team. They're not actually two cams. One of them is. We have Alan on the left-hand side and Bruno on the right-hand side. Now, I definitely want to pinpoint Alan. Alan is very good online. Not so great in squad battles. And the reason for that is because Alan's shooting is poor. So depending on what you're trying to use these tactics for, you might want to replace Alan. If you're playing online and you're using him as your more defensive midfielder, spot on. If you're using him in squad battles and he gets in shooting positions a lot, do not use Alan. I'm not exactly sure who a great replacement is. You'd have to look through the Premier League yourself. But yeah, he keeps getting in shooting positions on squad battles for me and letting me down every single time. He scored 1 goal in 15 games. The man can't shoot. But the man the other side can definitely shoot. This is honestly my favourite player on the game so far. I absolutely love this card. Bruno Fernandes. 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, which is a bit of a shame. I do wish he was 4-star, 4-star. Got the high work rates, but his finesse shots are incredible. And I mean that, you know, the green time finesse shots, I am filming this before the patch is released, so I don't know if they're going to get nerfed. But at the moment, he is a green machine, and I can't recommend him enough. I was lucky to pack him. Not 100% sure how much he's worth. I think it's like 100. We'll check. We'll check, actually, just to be sure. On the Xbox, he is... Wow, he's dropped. Only about 100k. That is a steal. That is an absolute steal. Then down the right-hand side, this is basically the same thing, with the Prem not having too many options. We're currently going with Leon Bailey's Wants to Watch card. Now, the card is okay. 4-star, 4-star. Left-footed, which is very important for me this year because you're going to be cutting in a lot and trying those finesse shots. So I wanted to get a left-footed player if possible, and we did that. His card is okay at the moment. It's just okay. He's pretty quick. 5'10". He feels pretty nippy on the ball. But the reality is I'm hoping he can just get some upgrades. If this card can get some upgrades, I paid 48k for it. It could be a huge W, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Then moving on over to the left-hand side. Again, it's kind of just someone for chemistry. If I'm honest, we've got Kingsley Coman. I had a lot of bad things about him before I bought him. And he's not as bad as people have made out to me. 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, 5'11". Again, he does feel quite quick. That is the one decent thing I can say. His 93 pace does feel like 93 pace. The problem with him is his shooting. It's not ideal. He's got that 75 finishing and 78 composure. Now, we have thrown a finisher on him to boost that finishing by 15, but sometimes he still does miss things he probably should be scoring. But overall, he feels nice on the ball. His shot is okay, and he's good for links, so... You know, you can do a lot worse than Kingsley Coman, and we paid 37k for him. Now, you might be looking at this squad and saying, Dan, you said at the beginning of this video, this team cost 1 million coins. How does this team cost 1 million coins? This is nowhere near. And you're right, and that is why we spent big on our striker, because if you remember my last team, I spent big on the midfield and had a cheap strike force, and that is not the way you want to go. Don't spend big on your midfield or your defense. Spend big on your attackers, because I don't know if it's just me, maybe I'm getting this wrong, but all I'm doing basically when I'm winning games is outscoring people. I can't defend right now. Can't do it. It's just the keepers seem to not save things they should save, and my defending is pretty poor at the moment. So I just need to make sure I'm outscoring people. And that is why, up top, we have gone for the hero card, Robbie Keane. And this card is genuinely incredible. 560,000 coins paid for him, which is a good chunk of money, especially in the early game. 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, high mediums, which I just think is perfect. That is close to perfect. Like, if you could have 5-star weak foot, that would be the absolute dream, but it'd probably cost a lot more than he did. As for his in-game stats, he's a very well-balanced card. 88 acceleration, 86 sprint speed. Obviously, we took on the Hunter to boost that even more. 89 finishing, again, Hunter 99. 87 composure, 86 agility and balance, which again is important because he actually feels nice as well, which I wasn't sure I was expecting Robbie Keane to feel nice before I bought him, but he does. And yeah, just overall a very well balanced card. He's even got the finesse shot trait. Again, time finesses are broken, so that is a great thing to have. So this is the team at the moment. I'm liking it. I definitely do need to make some changes though. Like I say, Alan for squad battles, get him gone. Online, he's decent, but get him gone in squad battles. If I was going to remove anyone else, maybe Leon Bailey, if you can afford a Salah or something. Bruno is a must. And maybe you could change up the defense a little bit if the centre halves are a bit too heavy and move clunkily for you. Now, let's get into the custom tactics. These are a lot more in-depth than they were last time. And once again, want to thank Ranners for these because they really helped me out in climbing the divisions and in my FUT Champs qualifiers and stuff. He is the GOAT of custom tactics. So, we change into a 4-2-3-1 variation 2 in every single setup here. So bear that in mind. You want to be changing to a 4-2-3-1 variation 2. Now, this is the most defensive setup. I'm not going to run through every single number and bar. If you want to see all this, just make sure you pause the video and you copy it. But I will go through the player instructions as they are a lot more important. So we have Robbie Keane on getting behind. Bernardo Silva to come back on defence, get into the box for crosses. Again, this is our most defensive setup. Coman, come back on defence, stay wide, get in behind and get in the box for crosses. And I believe that is the exact same for Leon Bailey. It is. Alan and Sal both to cover centre and stay back while attacking. Once again, this is our most defensive setup. and the fullbacks both to stay back while attacking. And then we move it up a level. Still quite defensive, but not as defensive. Even though we're on drop back and we were on bounced on the other one. Again, Rana's explained this much better than I ever will. So if you're just looking to copy, here they are. As for the player instructions, we have Robbie Keane on get in behind, Kingsley Coman to get into the box for crosses, and I believe that is the same for Leon Bailey. And Bernardo Silva, why is it Bruno got a red card. That should be Bruno, don't worry about it. But the cam to stay forward, and that is it. Then the two CDMs are set to cover centre and stay back while attacking, and the same for the left back and right back, both set to stay back while attacking. Then this is where things get a little bit more attacking in our attacking setup. So we've got press after possession loss instead of anything else. You know, that is a bit aggressive though. I will say that Rana's made a point of that, and I've noticed that press after possession loss isn't always a good thing because it's so hard to win the ball back this year. So even when you've got that on, a lot of the time what it does is just pull your players out of position and you don't end up winning the ball back anyway. So be careful with that. You might want to change that back to balanced. Then as for the instructions, Robbie Keane is set on to get in behind. Coman and Leon Bailey are left completely as they are. You don't change anything about them. The cam is set to stay forward. The two DMs are set to cover centre. One of them set to stay back while attacking. In my case, I use Alan. So you're going to want to choose whichever is your more defensive midfielder and set him to stay back while attacking. And then your fullbacks are also set to stay back while attacking. And for this final one is the only time we use a different formation. Instead of a 4-2-3-1, either variation 2 or normal, we use a 4-2-2-2. And these are the tactics. This is our most attacking. This is when you're losing 2-0 with 10 minutes to go and you just need to try and get the ball back or whatever. Again, if you want to copy all this, feel free to just pause the video. As for player instructions, we have absolutely nothing on the front four. And the Rana's explained this as if you put these on getting behind, they're going to keep constantly running offside. So the front four in this most attacking setup, we just leave them completely basic. Then the same with the two DMs. They are both just set on everything. Even you don't even change it to cover centre on this one. You leave it as cover wing. Suppose you can change that if you want to. That's completely up to you. And the same with the fullbacks. This is the only formation where we don't have them set to stay back while attacking, because again, this is when you're 2-0 down with 10 minutes to go. At this point, you are throwing everything at the game to try and get a goal, so it doesn't take too much in terms of instructions and stuff. But yeah, that is going to do it from me. Thank you so much for watching the video, boys. Again, I know I've mentioned him a bunch of times in this video, but thank you to Ranas, because this isn't just a copying his video type thing. It's that I've genuinely used his tactics and they've helped me. So I'm going to relay that information onto you guys. But let me know what you think of the team. Let me know what your team's looking like down below. Again, we will be doing a Rate Your Team stream soon on Twitch, I promise. Make sure you go and follow me on Twitter to know when that's happening. And I will see you boys again in the next one. Cheers, boys.